Hello YouTubers, and today I'm going to be looking at this, which is the Maxi Bust Day of the Dalek Supreme Dalek. Now, this is a really hard and also really expensive bugger to find these days, so luckily I was able to find one recently on eBay, but I did pay a fair bit for it. Not too ridiculous, but I did pay a bit for it. So, yeah, let's actually review this thing. So, this is obviously possibly the largest Maxi Bust that they ever released. It's definitely the largest and heaviest. And one of the reasons why this is so hard and difficult to find is this came pretty much at the end of the line of when they were releasing these Titan Maxi Bust Doctor statues, I guess. So basically, since it was, one of their last products, and it did take a while for it to come out, and also the price had slightly bumped up by that point, which is one of the reasons why it is more difficult to find. But just taking a look at it, it's interesting because they haven't gone for the very vibrant, sort of gold, almost yellowy gold that Character Options goes for. No, with this one, they've gone more so this time for more of a beigey gold, and to be honest, I think it matches up a little bit better, to be honest. I think Character went too much in the vibrant gold collection. I say Character Al-Zawar went more in the vibrant direction. This one has gone in the opposite direction, which in certain lighting it looks more vibrant, and in other lighting it doesn't. It looks a lot duller actually at the moment on this camera than it does in real life. Now, the dome actually does rotate. Yeah, the dome does rotate, unlike, I don't think Eagle Moss's ones do, so that's a plus. Now, the dome itself, I think, is made out of plastic, and it can rotate through 360 degrees, and it does wobble a bit. Mine, I don't know why, it seems to be slightly lopsided, but in its movement, ironically, it probably moves more like the actual prop really did. I will say something that is bang on is the eye. The eye looks really, really well done. If we just zoom in a bit and take a closer look at the eye, and the focus completely vanishes. Come on. There we go, the focuses. It doesn't like to focus on the eye. It's always difficult focusing on Dalek eyes. But the eye itself, and again the focus does not want to play with me, but the eye itself, you can actually move up and down or anywhere you like, because the eye is easily removable. It's just got a little hole there. It's not actually on anything, it just literally rests within the Dalek, which is good because it means that you can allow it to have some more sort of posability. For example, you can literally make this one look down properly. Now, this does come at the effect that this sticks out a bit more than it actually should on the prop. On the prop, it's a lot more in there, but it does give you the ability to actually move it around a lot more, so I kind of forgive it in that part. And to be honest, when you've got it in and it's looking straight on, you don't really notice it. Now, the neck bing section here, in fact, let's turn on a light so we can actually see it a bit better. The neck section here you can see is black. Now, there's something interesting about that, which I'll get onto in a minute, but yes, this is incorrect. It should be gold, or basically this slightly duller colour than this, but it isn't. Oh well, that is a bit annoying, but to be fair to it, until that Character Options 2021 release, all releases of this Dalek got that incorrect, which I still don't know how. Something it did get correct though, that Character didn't, is the silver ball joint. So yeah, that was one up on Character at the time, that this one did have the correct silver ball joint. The plunger itself, though, has just been made pretty similar like that, which again is packaged loosely in there. The plunger itself is just made of plastic, but yeah, they haven't made it to look telescopic, which, yeah, I don't know why they did that. To be honest, just making a basic plunger. The gun, though, is really well done. The gun itself, as you can see, the struts in it, and unfortunately someone in my house has set off the smoke alarm, so... But you can see the struts there are bent inwards and that to make it look, you know, like it is actually bent in the actual program. Let's actually move a bit closer so we can see that a bit better. And again, it is dust removable. This does feel like it is made of resin. It does feel a bit weighty. The only thing I'd say is I would have made a slight indentation to make it look more like the gun, but yeah, that is pretty good, and it just kind of slots in there. I think the one thing I would improve about that is possibly making these ball joints give it even more, you know, posability, but I think them in a pretty neutral state like that is perfectly fine. You can see all the slats and that there, which are done really well, and unlike character, you can actually see the little rivets, but I don't blame character for not doing them, because again, you know, this is a... What is this? A 1/8 scale? I think? Not even that. I can't remember what the scale is for this. I don't know. All I know is it's 8 inches in height. But you can see all the little rivets and that going round and that all the side. Also, unfortunately, it is a bit overcast at the minute. I was going to do this in natural lighting, but you can see you've got the little plates at the back and that there, but these are really very small even on this scale, so I can understand why it won't be done there. But then we just get down to the base, which is just you know, the black hemispheres. This has a bit of dust on it. I've dusted it a bit, but there's, yeah, the previous owner clearly just had it probably sat on a shelf or possibly in its box. But yeah, not really much to say. And unlike the prototypes we've seen of the Big Chief one, these are actually, you know, they stick out the correct amount. On the Big Chief one, they're just a bit too flat and they don't stick out enough that they should really do. And then the base itself, you can see they've done a two-tone base where it's all moulded together, which is like what characters do. Unfortunately, the top of it again doesn't have the gold on the top, but the bottom is felt so it won't scratch whatever surface you put it on. So yeah, there we go. Now, also the dome lights again, although they are the correct shape, they don't have the ridges at all on them, which is a shame because that could have been something that could have easily been done with this one. But yeah, there we go. It does offer some actual, you know, posability, and this is the only one. Well, this and the Genesis Dalek are, I believe, the only ones of these that do offer a bit of posability. So it is nice you can have it in different positions. So yeah. Now, let's take a look at the packaging, because there's something interesting to show on it. So as you can see, the packaging on this one is slightly different. You've got the Starfield effects, but and as you can see on the prototype image that they've got there, or it might be a CGI mock-up, it's more of that vibrant gold. But if we go up, look, I've got the neckbangs gold on that. Now, this is probably just because it's a mock-up as well, because it doesn't have the two-tone base on that either. But yeah, interesting that they've got it right on the mock-up, but not on the actual thing. That is interesting that they've done that. But yeah, you can see 8-inch Maxi bus, and also on here is the original sticker, which I don't know if you can make that out or not, but that says $69.99. Now, most of the Maxi busks were $49.99, so this one, you know, was £20 more than those, which may also be partly because of the reason why you know, that one, it's an end. This is basically the end of the line for their product range, and also, you know, it's £20 more, which you gotta remember this was released about a decade ago, just about, I think. Ooh. But as you can see, there are the others in the range, and there is the Genesis Dalek, which is the one I would have preferred to have, but who knows, maybe one day I might get this. But these have gone on eBay. For example, I had one on my watch list for quite a while that went for £210, I think it was, and yeah, but I didn't pay not nearly that much. I paid £108, including the delivery, for this, because this is pretty weighty, and it was in the box and that secure. So yeah, which is a really good price for one of these, and I think it's also because that the Supreme Dalek seems to be the less desirable one out of the two, but it does actually give me a great look at this, and I really wish that they'd have continued. Now, these Titan Maxi busks, when they came out, they were far too expensive for me. I was only, you know, between, probably when they were coming out, I was in my very early teens, and I think by the time they lost the license, I was probably maybe 14, 15, depending on when they did. So yeah, I couldn't afford these at the time, but as, you know, an adult now, I can, and it's a shame that a lot of these now are so scarce, and they don't come on eBay very often, and when they do, they go for insane amounts. I wouldn't suggest anyone paying £200 for these, although clearly some people do. But obviously, you know, what about the Eagle Moss ones? Eagle Moss are basically releasing mega ones in the same scale. Yeah, but they're nowhere near as nice as these. They're nowhere near as nice, and they're a lot more shoddy, and the detail isn't as good, and they're not as accurate as these are. Obviously, this has its, you know, inaccuracies, but nowhere near to the point of Eagle Moss. And also, this feels like a much higher quality product that at the time of release, you know, cost nearly half the price. Like, the mega ones now are costing 130, 150, you know, so yeah, I think the Death to the Daleks one is at 150, possibly 170. Whereas this, you know, when this was released, this was £70. So, yeah. But if you can find it in, I'd say the, you know, obviously it's 70, so I'd say the most I'd probably pay for this is probably £120, £130. The absolute most I'd pay for this. But it is really nice, and, you know, it kind of reminds me a lot of Product Enterprise, where their last of line products were obviously the movie Daleks and that, and those were some of their best stuff. And yeah, this is definitely one of those. It is definitely one of those end of line things that just kind of shows, you know, the absolute potential that unfortunately they never got to show. But yeah, there we go. So I do highly recommend this if you can find it anywhere, and that's it for this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.